Hi everybody, it's Brandon
and Josh.
And before we start today's episode, we just want to give a little plug. Give us a like
or subscribe to this channel
and follow us on Instagram for all of your daily drama and art needs.
Woohoo! Check back every week for more content from yours truly.
And hope you enjoy the episode.
Ciao.
Until we get another theme song, this'll have to do. These are your rules reviews.
Hi everybody, it's your boys Brandon
and Josh. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Cheers.
And here we are for another episode of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Let the best bitches win.
Those are not the words, but
it is this season, girl.
They could use an update.
You've seen those girls. You see them turning out look after look. Funny stuff. I mean, this episode is no exception.
None. And speaking of look after look, we just decided to swap looks for this week. You know, I know you've seen that, you've seen this, but here's the problem. How are you gonna have a season where you have all that glitters
and then have sequence?
And then have sequence too.
2 weeks later.
We're trying to get into it. I'm running out of stuff. But we're always gonna serve a look, so talk me through your
Don't
look.
lie, we are not running out of stuff. We have enough sequins and feathers and glitter in there to kill a gay army.
This is true. I mean,
but they will not be choked.
I'm not sure where that came from, so let's get into this episode. Let's go. The pre-show. What's happening in the pre-show? The girls, they're mad. The pre-show is always that leftover drama from Untucked.
Right.
Or the girl who went home or something like that.
And nobody really grieved or cared about Raja going home.
They didn't mention Raja.
They didn't mention it.
Akira walked in and said, "Whew, I got battle wounds," and that was it. And we even thought about that lip sync.
Right. Last week, my friend Michael Holleran, Toot Michael, nice RuPaul drag queen aficionado and super fan.
What'd he say?
You saw the episode? Oh, I hate that bitch.
Miss Raja?
Apparently Raja was at Hamburger Mary's in Long Beach.
She was.
A couple nights ago.
She was in town. The Vixen's in town. Another season, the season 10 black villain.
Another villain, that's right.
Stay strong, my black sisters.
There you go. So we are moving on, Raja-less. So what'd you think of pre-show? What's going on?
But since we're not talking about Raja, in the pre-show, we're still talking about that fight with Silky and Vanjie versus Evie.
Evie has called me talentless. Talentless.
And you think Safe is gonna get you somewhere?
Sasha Velour was safe every week and won.
That's because Sasha Velour was talented.
Oh, shit. Bitch, I'm from Chicago. When you call me talentless, I wanted to square up with your ass.
And they're talking about how Evie is like, Evie, how can you be good to us you nice 1 minute, the next thing you read nothing.
I was trying to help
so much about what I'm doing, and you definitely not
being real with someone is called being fake.
Being fake? Because 1 minute you're being kind and being cool, and that's what I was talking about.
People have multiple feelings, girl. Just because I'm behind you doesn't mean I'm not going to be real.
It ain't no feeling, multiple personalities. How about you shut the fuck up with your skirt and whatever you think?
What else are you going to repeat?
Whatever I feel like repeating, bitch.
Yeah, she might have that dark victory personality swap there. You never know what you're gonna get any moment of the day.
I agree with Evie. Just because I gotta call you out on your foolishness in the moment does not mean I don't love you.
Actually, last week was so dramatic, it spurred us to go back and watch the Untucked, which is the first time we've ever done that.
Yeah.
There was just so much drama going around. So, and in fact, this episode showed a particular huge amount. Huge, is that a word? Is that how the British say it?
Ooh, my titties are huge.
They are. Can I give a little? Okay. They showed a lot of Untucked this week, which was
they had a lot to reference from that Untucked.
So be it.
So be it. Raja's gone. It's another day. It's another episode.
We get a mini challenge. Quick drag again. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yes. So Ru comes in. Oh yeah. Let's talk about Ru's boy look today.
Go ahead.
I mean.
That's how much I cared about it. Be my guest.
Yeah. So Ru has been doing good with the Klein Epstein Parker suits this season. They've been interesting. They haven't always been our favorite, but they've been interesting. Yeah. And today he was just like, fuck it, whatever.
Right.
Or because I noticed it's the same one he wears when he's hosting Snatch Game, so maybe Ru was like, I'm just gonna wear an all-purpose.
There you go.
I'm here for one day, I'm gonna film one day, let's do an all-purpose.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't miraculous because I didn't notice it.
It was just a white just a white suit with a black shirt.
Another
double-breasted, and that's coming back, him and Steve Harvey.
Yeah. Another day in the workroom, so to speak.
Yeah, but Ru comes in, and Ru is plugging his new book, Guru, which, okay, if you have not the plug, my friend Nina Bonina, aka Pierre, aka Nina B, go check out his channel, Drag Queen from season 9. He starts all of his raw views with a little reading from Ru's book, and when you take them out of context, when you take them out of just little clips, they're like, Ru, the fuck are you kidding?
You know, we have to do a little insert and a little read from You Better Work. Working at RuPaul. All the colors of the rainbow are there for you to use. But keep in mind, there are fixed ways the human senses, sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch, will interpret information, but those margins can be nudged with a quick and clever hand of a well-rounded knowledge of history. You must learn the rules before you throw them out. And then by all means, throw them out. The future belongs to those who have learned from the past. In the following pages, I have outlined tried and true techniques found on my quest for life, liberty, and the pursuit of style. If only she still looked this way. Bippity boppity shade. And that has been Reading with RuPaul.
Oh my god.
It's like, okay, well, we didn't need this Ru book, but the girls had to pitch their own book.
Contribute something to society, please.
Shit, we're doing this because of this bitch. Because it's everyone's a bitch now. We're doing this because of this Ru
We
bitch.
are, because of her great producers. I appreciate them and their ideas.
Whatever. Okay, the minute chat. Let's talk about these girls. Season 11 girls.
Yeah.
Anyone stand? Whose book would you get?
Well, you know, it's always funny to ask that because we only see such a short bit with what the editors give us. I gave the prize to Silky because I thought it was really funny what she was doing. She comes out as just being her loud, obnoxious self, and you know, Silky just is a funny person. You'd want to kick it with her.
Go get my new book. Eat it. The Chronicles of the Buffet, honey. You got to know how to have your food and how to get it ready, bitch. I shipped a copy of this book to Monique, but she said she don't rep the big bitches no more, so fuck you skinny bitch. I wrote this book due to the fact that I was hungry.
I don't think the Food Network is ready for this jelly.
We should.
Yeah, I love that.
She lives here now.
The one that I thought was the big boot was Plastique. I was like, girl, she just went back there and slapped a bunch of lipstick all over her face. I'm like, if you're gonna have messy drag and you got a 10-minute quick drag, that's one thing. Like, but don't just like.
Hi, my name is Plastic Tiara. Buy my new book, Personality. Not everybody has one.
Ooh, Eckhart Tolle, you better watch out, honey. Plastique is coming for you.
Yeah.
It would make more sense if it was like, if you slopped it on and then smudged it up so it looked like you were a hooker the next morning after a crazy night in Vegas.
Yeah, or if it related to what you like, it didn't relate to her book either.
Yeah, she was a mess.
Oh God, you were just trying to take her home from Vietnam the last week, and now she's a mess.
She was a mess in that.
Okay, Plastic.
Just because you cute, don't give you a pass, girl. Mm-hmm.
That's true. I also liked Nina West in this. I thought Nina was very funny to play on the fact that y'all Ohio boys are big and broad, and she was like, talk about her not proportionizing, shoulderizing.
The broad tips and tricks from the football field to the runways of Paris. Forget about proportionizing, it's about shoulderizing.
Touchdown.
Shoulderizing, yeah.
And this shirt dress that she had on with her Andy Warhol, I was like, yes, Nina, you better brand
Yeah, but Nina
yourself.
got to get rid of that wig thing. That just the little like flapper straight hair wig. That does not do anything for your face, your body, your shoulders, or anything. Throw that wig in the garbage and never look back.
You heard it. Throw it out on County Road 330. Throw that shit out.
I'll drink to that.
Okay. Shout out to what is 339? What, Washington County, right?
Vito, Ohio.
The home of Jay fucking Wentz.
I cannot be drinking this wine and not have a cold Busch Light or some kind of other cheap beer that nobody knows about.
That will never make it to episode. I'm vetoing. Speaking of veto, I'm vetoing a Busch Light on this show. None. The mini challenge, it's fun, it's whatever. It's a mini challenge, it's supposed to be like that.
The winner of today's mini challenge is Silky Nutmeg Ganache, PhD.
Miss Silky Nutmeg Ganache. We'll get to her. We got time for that.
All right. So then this week is the episode we've been waiting on for
Yes.
quite a while.
Every season.
Our favorite, of course, we are comedy.
We are the comedy
Comedy. I don't call us comedy queens per se, but we do love some comedy queens. I'll tell you that much.
That's true. Yeah.
And Snatch Game.
Yes.
Season 11 is here.
Snatch Game at sea for some reason.
I don't know.
They're trying. I don't understand.
Why even bother?
Yes, that I can't say that's concise. Why bother? Because it's the one thing people consistently like.
Yeah.
Like, change up the things that are iffy.
Yeah.
Don't change up Snatch Game. That All Stars 4 version, which was like the Snatch Game of love. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
No.
And there were some funny performances, but it was just awful format. But yeah, and this Snatch Game at Sea business didn't get in the way of the format. It was still the same old
Snatch.
It was still funny in moments, and it was still painful to watch in other moments.
Right, yeah.
Before we got to the Snatch Game, though, we did have some preparation in the workroom.
Yes.
And we got to see a very funny comedy queen, Jinx Monsoon, come
Season
in.
5 winner, Miss Jinx Monsoon.
Doesn't it feel like forever? Like, I feel like Jinx was just like so recent, but season 5 seems like so long ago when you say it
Do
like
you
that.
know, I thought about that. Season 5, we were still in Charlotte singing Opera Carolina.
Shut up.
Yes,
Really?
because Jinx Monsoon won, and I remember talking about it with some of the boys in the dressing room.
Oh my
The girls in the dressing room.
Right, let's be honest. Few and far between straight men singing opera or musical theater.
Well, under 40. The old men were all straight.
No, the old men were not all straight. The old men had like wives and pretended to be straight, but that was because that was a different generation. Anyways, moving on.
So, we're not gonna out nobody on this show. You come out when you ready,
Sis,
sis.
come
Sis.
on.
But yes, Jinx was there, and I like Jinx. You know, I said in the episode, we just got Project Runway. This is gonna be the first season without Tim and Heidi.
Yeah.
And so we'll see if that works without them. But I was like, when we get to that point where RuPaul's like, I'm not gonna do this, but VH1's still ordering 8 seasons.
Jinx
a
is the
year.
host.
Let's get Jinx. Jinx was funny. She threw shade, but she also gave good advice.
Yeah.
She left.
I thought maybe they was gonna bring back your Carolina girl from Froggy Swamp or whatever the hell it is.
Miss Stacey Lane Matthews from Back Swamp, North Carolina. Henny. I'm actually
already done made an appearance this season.
I know. That was All Stars 4. I'm kind of mad we started this. We didn't do All Stars 4 because we had Zhush, we had Henny, Gia Gunn was serving the drama. We had funny people on All Stars 4, but this season's good. Anyway,
We had funny people today. Speaking of, launching the Snatch Game.
Let's get launched. Ooh, I like
Launch,
that.
launch.
Nautical launch.
That's
Launch.
exactly right. There you go. See?
So the Snatch Game, we had Miss Silky doing T.S. Madison. Who do you know?
No.
I don't know her very well. I know of her. I've seen her online, but yeah, she seems fun. I'm gonna look her
I
up.
always thought, like, if you choose someone that's a little more obscure, like, you better bring it. I think it's a high level of risk and reward.
Yes. Yes, that's what Jinx said.
Almost, I think almost every single person that's been represented on the Snatch Game, I know who they are. Even, like, or know a little bit about them. Like, even those crazy, like, Housewives of Atlanta and shit that people pull out.
People, yeah. Maggie Smith, Benda LaCreme pulled her out.
And the old references, right?
Yeah.
But this one I was like, I have no idea what kind of personality traits or quirks. So it was, I guess the risk and reward is high, so it ended up being favorable for Silky because RuPaul laughed like a hyena, and we know that's all that this is about.
Well, I think RuPaul knows T.S. Madison. I know RuPaul's friends with Big Frida, and they kind of run together.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that was, and plus Silky's just fucking hilarious.
Silky is hilarious.
The next to Silky, we had Miss Nina West giving us Harvey Firestein. Harvey as Edna.
As Edna, with that wig.
So she kept it dragged, but then she gave us a little flip.
Right? All of a sudden she turned and she got that, what's that bitch's name? Joanne Worley. From the early game shows.
Like Laughing, I think that's because she mentioned Richard Nixon, who was on Laughing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's like she pulled a Bob and did a quick switch. She was funny.
Yeah, actually I was happy she did both of them because when they were in the workroom and I was like, oh, those are both like over-the-top personalities. And then I heard her Harvey accent and I was like, oh god, this is great.
Yeah.
So I was like, alright. She
Your
did
girl
it.
gave you both.
Yeah.
And then next to her, we had Plastique.
Plastique.
Giving lovely Mimi.
Plastique's accent when she characterizes the traditional Vietnamese nail person is freaking hysterical.
It's funny.
I love that accent. She can't do it anymore now because it is a one-trick pony kind of thing.
She's done.
And she pulled it out with the church lady, and so
she did. Yeah, that's all right. And the Wakanda.
And Wakanda. Yeah.
They did clock her on it, but here's the thing about that. Funny is funny. In season 3, Snatch Game, they clocked Manila Luzon about that because the episode before Snatch Game, they had to do like a news interview, and she did Connie Chung, but she played Connie Chung way over. Christine Carnetti, how you doing? Like she played it way over the top, and then when she did the Snatch Game, she did Imelda Marcos.
Oh, you've got more shoes, Imelda.
Well, this one have sparkles on it. It match your outfit.
Did you write down your answer? Good,
yes.
good.
Designer shoe?
Not a match, but a very good answer.
And had the shoes that she was giving Pino pride and all, and so the girls were like, Manila, another Asian stereotype, really? But the shit was funny,
right? And the thing about stereotypes is like if you can take your own culture, ethnicity, race, whatever, country boy or gay or whatever it is, and have fun and poke fun at it and enjoy yourself, then it makes it even that much more fun for your audience.
Yes,
because they're coming from a genuine place and a place, you know.
They're laughing with you, not at you. Yeah. So after Plastique, we had Evie Oddly, who was giving us a little Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg, complete with blackface, which nobody seemed to mention.
Well, Evie is black, so she's blackish.
Blackish.
So I don't think that was a problem. But the judges do clock her later in the episode. She gave us like out of Whoopi's entire 40+ year career, she gave us like the last 5 minutes of Whoopi.
Yeah, I'm like, I get it. Whoopi's not working and doing The View and like on this drug thing and this
she's not working, but she's on The View. Ross even said that. He was like, she wasn't working, but she's on The View.
The statement's still the same. I mean, it's The View work. You've seen that shit.
She has an Emmy from that. She has an Emmy. They still be popping off. Joy Behar and Meghan McCain got into a fight last week, and Whoopi had to calm it down. Whoopi earning her check on that show, and Whoopi was just
watching it
in a Tyler Perry movie with Tiffany Haddish. Speaking of which, look, they could have played off of that, but they didn't.
Could have.
But but then on the bottom row we had Sugar Cane.
Oh, Sugar Charro,
giving us. Yes, love it.
That was funny. She did a really good job with
Charo's been on the show and in Snatch Game. She came out as a surprise guest in like All Stars 3.
2, maybe.
One of them, but Charo did make an appearance, and Suga represented her so well.
Yeah, the wig was great. Everything down to the look was really quite funny.
Good.
Then we had Miss Vanessa Vanjie, who was playing
Danielle Bregoli,
the bratty kid.
Cash Me Outside.
Cash Me Outside.
So I don't know her. I didn't see the episode. I barely got into
the YouTube things, and the memes. So I was like, that's a bold choice. Out of all the like classic Hollywood legends and celebrities and people that are like over the top, I don't know. Maybe I guess it is a different.
We're probably, Vanjie is younger than us, but just a little bit. She's not like decades younger, but I feel like
decades, girl. Ooh.
Right. I feel like our generation was like the last one to appreciate older references, and a couple of years younger than us, they don't care anymore. Yeah. So they're always going to go to this internet person of the week. This girl has an album, and she's gotten money and fame off of being this bratty little bitch. Yeah. And I don't think that's something we should celebrate. I didn't like the choice, but I respected it. That she, that's someone people know.
She, in the entire Snatch Game, she disappeared. At the very end, I was taking some notes and I wrote down stuff that I thought was funny about each one or not funny. And I'm like, oh, Vanjie's blank. She just completely disappeared. So I wrote great nails.
Yeah.
She had those claw nail kind of things. Apparently that's what the girl wears, but
I don't even remember. Whatever. Let's move on from
Next was Akira.
Chanel Davenport giving us Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, there you go.
And I thought she started off really strong.
Yeah. She looked good too.
She looked good. She had the Tiffany Haddish little, I don't know, birthmark, wart. Sorry, I'm not calling it negative, but Tiffany know what she got up there, and I thought it was good. Yeah. I felt like the editors had to tone her part down. Like, I wonder if she had a more funny thing, because she was really strong in it, but we just didn't see enough of her.
Yeah. So she was doing something with the grapefruit.
Yes. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's a fruit that tastes like crap.
No. Okay, first of all, grapefruits are delicious. Second of all, no, it's a reference to, okay, so if y'all don't know, there is a lady on YouTube, I'll put her up somewhere, and she does like demonstrations for ladies or whoever how to please your man. And she has a grapefruit technique to help you practice giving oral sex, giving some head. And you cut that grapefruit and you put a little hole in and you slide the jimmy on and you just go to town. And that's what Akira was doing with Brooks Mike.
Please never make that disgusting noise.
Hey, the grapefruit technique worked.
What happened to the banana?
We're gonna, okay, moving on from that. Last but this case probably least.
Damn.
We had
Brooklyn.
We had Miss Brooklyn Heights, who's been at the top of the competition, and Drag Race loves to. They love to knock down a front runner, but she did it to herself. She did Celine.
Yes. She tried a Canadian tip of the hat to Celine, but no, ma'am, it was.
I don't know who Celine was worse, hers or Milk's. Like Milk from All Stars 3 was like a singing lip sync challenge. So like Milk was at the mercy of what they wrote for her.
I felt someone else did Celine Dion and I couldn't remember, and I couldn't think of the Snatch Game, so it was Milk.
It was Milk in that Divas Live challenge, and Milk, like I guess they were given the diva, but they were told to give her look.
Yeah, and so they have to sing whatever words the.
Yeah, so I'm not critiquing Milk's words or performance. Milk didn't have the look. Brooklyn had the closer look with the backwards suit, but nothing else was right.
Yeah.
This was unfortunate.
And actually, Celine Dion doesn't really have that stereotypical Canadian accent, does she?
The best person, the person who's gotten the closest is Ariana Grande on Jimmy Fallon. It is like spot on. I'm not even trying to do it because I would look foolish as Brooke trying to do it, so we don't spare that. I might throw an Ariana up there, but
that was great. Little sweet and strange, finding you can change. Okay.
Yeah, she does it.
So a couple really funny moments. Evia's Whoopi bombed, Brooklyn bombed, but there was some really kind of cute, funny things in there.
Silky.
Right? Silky was hilarious. It was.
Match, okay? Let's start with T.S. Madison. Bianca Del Rio is so mean. She threw what?
I threw over a ruler, bitch, to make sure you had 9 inches. And if you didn't have 9 inches, I wasn't saving you because you wasn't worth them minutes. Tony, you got 9 inches over there?
Ooh, we're not gonna go there.
And and Nina was really funny too.
Nina was
right. The manhole thing.
What does Lady Bunny have instead of portholes in her cabin?
Manholes.
That's a good answer. Let's go to our celebrities and hear what they have to say. Harvey Firestein, what say you?
Well, I've known Bunny for years. She's a New York queen. I'm a New York queen.
Yeah.
Glory hole.
Judges, is that the same as a manhole?
It could be. You need a man.
Unfortunately not.
Do need a man.
But that is a very good answer, Harvey Firestein.
Okay, I like that. Justin, that's something you would do.
Yeah.
You'd be going up to that t-shirt. I got this question right because you need a man for a glory hole.
He justified everything, right? And then her reference from Harvey Firestein to not Harvey Weinstein.
Hello!
And one to clear things up.
Okay.
I'm not Harvey Weinstein.
No, you're not.
The only thing I've assaulted is a cheese plate.
Yes. I actually at that moment I thought Nina was gonna win. Spoiler alert. Nina doesn't win.
Yeah, moving forward.
So let's move on. Sorry, I had mentioned that. So
sorry about that too.
Let's get so the Snatch Game is done and it's time for the runway. Rue comes out and she is giving a Flintstone inspired mini dress.
No, there's no mini dress. That damn thing was a onesie swimsuit.
Okay, here's the thing. I actually caught a glimpse of this. Someone went online on the official RuPaul's Instagram, and because they always show the picture of Ru and her look and the guest judges, right? Yeah. And so someone was like, "Why aren't you clocking Ru on her leotard?"
Yeah, she wears it every week.
Well, Ru doesn't wear a leotard every week, but someone was like, "Well, why aren't you clocking that, Michelle?" And Michelle clapped back and was like, "It was a dress," and so it's a dress.
No, I don't buy it for 1 minute.
Toot or boo?
Neither. It's just like, it is whatever.
Damn, indifferent.
Yeah, it was like pink zebra.
sequin pink
Sequin pink zebra, which, funny enough, is what looks like her and Brooklyn Heights went to the same fabric store to create.
Right, they could have been. They were in the same Vegas show. I can see that. So we have our guest judges this week are Clea Duvall, who I had to look up to make sure to see if I knew her, and it turns out I did. She was in the faculty. She was in the craft. She's done quite a bit.
I'm guessing she's a lesbian.
Yeah. She real lesbian. And love her. I love her. And then we have Tony Hale from Arrested Development and Veep.
I don't know anything else except Arrested Development. He is funny enough.
He is. He's actually hilarious in Veep. You know,
he's very dry, isn't he?
Yeah, we both kind of thought that Tony didn't what did his we don't know what his agent sent him to.
The whole time of Snatch Game, he looked like, what the hell is this gig? Why am I here?
Right.
But he was living on the runway. He seemed to have some comments to say.
He warmed up into it. And of course, Michelle and Ross are there. Ross, it sounds like they fired Carson.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen Carson for a couple weeks.
And so the category is sequins on the runway. Yes. First up, we have Miss Akira C. Davenport.
Akira
giving us real zebra.
This is where we get zebra print again with the tail,
which she had
the little fuzz, the fluff on the shoulders, which was a nice touch. I liked.
Akira, I don't think Akira's had a bad look, even though she was in the bottom last week for a design challenge.
Yeah,
that wasn't even a bad look. Had she brought the shoulder pads down, it could have worked. And this look reminded us that Akira is that polished.
This look was nice.
Bitch.
It was really great. It was creative too, so I like that. It seems like she was like, I'm gonna go clear off topic, and it's just sequence. I can do anything. So I'm gonna do a safari animal.
Yeah,
why not?
Two.
Vanjie.
Yes, we had Miss Vanessa Vanjie Mateo, and Tony clocked it as Storm, but if you really know your comics, she was giving Emma Frost the White Queen. Yes,
with complete makeup look, because I liked her makeup this week. It looked different than it has before. I felt like it was, I don't know what she did differently. No, I don't know. The lips were actually harder, and it made more of a contrast with her. And the foundation, there was a whole lot more highlighting or something.
Yeah.
It just looked, it was different. It wasn't normal Vanjie. But on the bottom half was normal Vanjie.
Yeah, girl. You know, I'm trying to defend you, but it was a leotard with a cape.
Wait. Can we call the designer of the leotard and have that person say it was a dress? Never mind. All right.
Toot or boot it though?
Boot.
Let me give it a 2. It was still good. It still looked good. I don't care about this. You're gonna wear it. I don't care about changing the silhouettes. That's Michelle. If it looks good, it gets a 2. So whatever. Coming down the runway next was
Miss OHIO herself.
Yeah.
Nina West. Giving me a Revolutionary War sequin inspired hat. And look.
Really ensemble, yeah.
Ensemble with the Ohio flag represented in her center.
What do they call it? The white tail or bobtail flag? It's the only flag that has that shape.
Yeah, it's not square. It sort of goes like zoop.
Yeah, there's a word for it. But yeah, I thought this was
swallowtail.
Yeah, that's right.
How could you forget about swallowtail?
I live in California. We're into bears.
Oh, girl, I'm still into swallow.
So, Miss Nina's look, I loved it. When we saw the trailer for this last week, I saw a glimpse of Nina. I thought, oh yes, the runway's Americana. I had our looks planned.
He was sadly mistaken.
I was like, damn, I was ready to go.
And then when I didn't realize for like the whole time until she was standing up for the critiques that it was the Ohio flag, because I thought it was Americana too. For a while, and I was like, oh wow, that's interesting. She just did a patriotic theme. I guess she couldn't decide.
What's also funny is, historical note, Ohio was not a state that fought in the Revolutionary War. So, okay, yeah, girl, but dude.
They probably still had those little dorky hats for like in the next 100 years or so. They were like cobbler hats or something, like all the like shoemakers and candlestick makers and the cow who jumped over the moon kind of guys would wear that hat.
For when they were doing their theater reviews way back then.
There you go. All right, next down the runway.
Why? My 2.
There's your look of the week.
My top 2 of the week goes to Miss Sugar Cane.
That look was amazing. Congratulations. What a piece of dress. I mean, I've never seen a dress quite that nice. It was so well designed and executed. I don't know if you bought it, if you had someone design it for you, if you had someone make it, but it was Selena Glamazon.
Oh, and beyond. The thing I loved about this dress was she came as a Latin character in Charo. She is a Latina herself. She wanted to give reference to that, and then she comes out with this, further tying it to that. But on top of that, she had different size sequins on that dress. There were the regular size, maybe here, but she also had huge, big, like paillette size sequins, and I was like, she did Miss Sugar.
Ooh. She said that dress was heavy too. I believe it. That was probably a 60-pound dress or something.
Yeah,
not literally, but.
Sugar. So good, Sugar.
Yeah, flamenco style Spanish fringe is always like classy and elegant to me too. Where you get to the elbow and then you have this huge thing that comes down. So every time you go outward with it, it just creates this whole drapery effect. Such a dancing dress. Anyway, next down the runway was Brandon's girl, Miss Brooklyn. I should say that Vanjie's girl, Miss Brooklyn Heights.
I know. We saw a lot more love between them, so I'm happy for them. You can have it. But
this was the runway.
She gave us
catwalk.
A presentation.
All right, Pam Queer.
I fucked up Snatch Game and it was terrible, and I know I'm getting red to filth for it. So I'm pulling out all the stops. I need to fucking light that runway on fire.
She took everything she learned from Alyssa Edwards,
yes,
that last episode, and turned it out.
I just put reveal, exclamation point, exclamation point.
So first she started off with this sort of Pam Grier, Foxy, Cleopatra fantasy, and she manages to whip the poncho off and the wig at the same time.
Intentionally or unintentionally, who cares?
And then gave us Britney Spears and Vegas tease.
That was again, Brooklyn's actually had this look before, so this is like part of her design aesthetic, I think, because it's very strappy looking.
Okay.
Like she uses just like strap fabric,
yeah,
and will create pieces on the arms and even down the front.
It's very dancer.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it, yeah.
So, but it was a full presentation, complete with death drop, and
she even said, she was like, I know my Snatch Game was not good, so I gotta turn it the hell out on this runway presentation, and she did it.
Yeah. It's down. Evie Oddly giving you some Cyndi Lauper realness.
You saw Cindy?
Yep.
She called it Peg Bundy, and I caught that. The wig was all Peg Bundy. The mismatching prints was, I mean, it had to be sequenced, but like the mismatching, the tackiness of the print was very Peg. I don't know why the ass was cut out. I didn't mind it.
Because she likes doing that. She does that every other week or so. Evie be showing a lot of ass. So
yeah, in the gold episode, she showed some ass. Yeah, I liked it. I love this look. I'd wear it.
Yeah, I like it. It was alright.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like the purse that went with it though. It was like, because it was almost just like anything goes, like 80s arcade discotheque.
Okay. That's what Michelle said. Michelle said the hair was like...
It reminded me of that place in Charlotte. Did you ever go to that club that was like right downtown Charlotte, but it wasn't in the epicenter?
The Mix?
No.
Or
it was
Velocity?
Like, no, it wasn't a gay club, but it was an 80s club. And it was right like 2 blocks down. And it was just like 3 stories of like different highlighter type like craze. That would have been a look for that place.
Okay, you said non-gay club, and I was like, I don't know what that is. I've never been to one of those. I need an adult.
Freaking homosexual. Okay.
Then we had on the runway, my girl, Silk.
This half of
it was just a bit, and she would.
I don't know how
she gave like classic.
She gave classic, and somehow she's gained 25 pounds just being at RuPaul's Drag Race. She's looking bigger and bigger every week. I feel like I was watching an episode of Willy Wonka, and the damn blueberry keeps getting bigger.
You are such a hateful bitch.
By the way, we have a nice review of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Check us out.
Coming soon. Hold on. You can't be advertising shit that hasn't happened yet.
Okay, coming soon.
Coming soon. We've recorded it. I don't even have. What am I doing? I don't even have anything to put here. Quick, go play us off.
Vamp, vamp.
Right. Those guys from Family Guy over there, the vaudeville guys. Hell yeah, just put them up here. Oh, okay. Silky. No, that's not nice. But Silky looked great. I thought she just take the look. She looked beautiful. Yes. It was a classic. It's a pageant gown. I wish Silky would push her aesthetic a little bit more. I know we throw that word out a lot. But as a person who, like, I feel like I fall more towards Evie, creative, give me creatures. So I want to see people bring something a little further. But this was simply lovely.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
And then last down the runway
was Plastique Tiara.
Vietnam's one and only.
Yeah, and she heard what you all had to say about her corsets. And she said, I'm going to show y'all something different. So I'm going to give y'all a corseted bodysuit.
It was a sparkle, bubbly, plastic type thing. We saw Brooklyn wear it a couple weeks ago. Very similar.
For the Zodiac.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had that plastic water sort of sculpture effect.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. I think it's very art, like avant-garde type.
It's beautiful.
It's like walking art in a way. And she was like, Vanjie had really great makeup this week that struck me off guard. It was like, wow.
Plastique is another one who will never be in the bottom because of her runway. She might go there because of her performance, but it'll never be because of her runway. She never looks bad.
Yeah.
2.
All right.
So now it's time for Brandon and Josh's tops and bottoms. You know, I might even bottom this week. No, who are we kidding? I refuse to be in the bottom.
As gay as you are.
You would think. So who are your tops?
I was definitely putting my girl Nina up there. I was like, you worked hard for this win. You were hysterical. Not only did you bring one funny fucking Snatch Game character, but you brought 2. Yeah. It was also someone that people in a younger generation wouldn't know, and you made them a little more known, and you made the things funny so that they got it. So I thought on Snatch Game alone, you should have won. Plus, paired with the look on the runway and the creativity of it. And the representing your hometown, home state, region.
Top 3. Okay. I guess that was your winner. Yeah, so who else was in the top? Just the top 3?
I put Suga up there.
Okay.
Her chano was funny, and that dress was amazing. And then number 3, I put Silky.
Oh, Silky was 3rd. Okay. For my top 3, I had Miss Akira. I thought her Tiffany Haddish was very strong. I just felt her and Suga were at the same spot. You know, I knew neither one were going to win, but I didn't know who to put 3. So could have gone either way. Yeah. But number 2, I actually flipped this, and I actually switched it at the last second, and I win the points this week. For number 2, I had Nina West. And winning, I had Miss Silky Nutmeg.
Of course, this bitch switched it at the last
No, go check my notes. Go check. Honestly, I drew it last night. You can check my sketchbook.
This was not intentional. Didn't you hear me talking about it? No, I didn't hear you talking about it. I'll show you my notebook. I drew pictures of it last night, honey.
Oh. Okay, detox.
So who are you throwing out to the bottom?
To the bottom. I thought the bottom 3 were very obvious. This week, the bottom 3 for me were Vanjie, Brooklyn, Evie, and Snatch Game is an episode that the runway almost doesn't matter because it's about that performance. Yeah. And the 2 worst performances were Brooks and Evie's.
So who'd you send going home?
I had Evie in the bottom.
You were gonna send Evie home?
It's a narrative. So if I added up all the things that were in play, we had 2 front runners being the worst of the week, but then we also have this whole thing where Vanjie and Silky are having beef with Evie, which should have told me they would keep Evie to keep that going. Yeah. But, you know, Evie had this moment where she apologized, and it felt like she was kind of clearing the air.
Oh, so you thought the producers, so you were trying to get in the mindset of the editors and producers.
That's how you win this game, okay? That's how you win this drag race game.
I was sending Miss Vanjie home this week to be with her brothers Mario and Luigi. I thought she was done. That was and then
especially after that runway 6 times in a row.
Right. And I also had our poor Snatch Game losers going.
Who did you? Okay, so you had Vanjie in the bottom. Who did you have lip syncing against her?
I had Evie.
Oh, Evie. It would have been more dramatic to have Vanjie and Brooke.
I know.
Just saying. That could still happen.
That's probably gonna happen soon.
We'll
Especially
see.
if this little kindling flame gets to burning brighter.
They act like they don't care. They're like, okay, we know it's a competition. I'll see you at the house. Boo. If I go home, you win the. See, that's how I would be. You know, with us, if we're in the competition together, if I go home, you better win that $100,000 or don't come home.
Yes.
And you know it would be the same.
And that's exactly how I am with him too.
I'm sorry. I won my game show. You didn't make it on stage.
Girl.
So, by the way, if y'all didn't know, he was on The Price is Right, and I was on Funny You Should Ask. You can check them out and see which one of us did better.
This heifer.
Anyway, so the judges kind of basically agree with us. The winner of the Snatch Game Maxi Challenge is Silky Nutmeg Ganache! Yes! Clack, 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 clack.
All right, Silky.
That's 2 for Silky. Silky's on her way to that top 4. She is on the way to being our first big girl winner. I'm excited.
Her ass. The only reason her ass won that is because RuPaul's like, I try to get some banter every week, and Silky was giving it back to me. And almost as soon as she said that, it was like, and the winner's Silky. Fuck Nene, even though she ran circles around Silky, she didn't banter with me, so she's
in the words of Silky.
Why you pressed, hoe?
And our bottom 2 for this week, in a shock, are the 2 frontrunners of the competition, Miss Brooklyn Heights and Evie Oddly.
Yeah.
So
my heart was racing. I was like, oh, I like both these. Actually, I didn't like Brooklyn at first, but Brooklyn's grown on me.
Yeah, Brooklyn has grown. The song "Sorry Not Sorry" by Demi Lovato. Now, soon as the first chord hit, I was like, oh, they're both staying.
Yeah, these bitches go.
I was like, because if you can't turn and flip and kick and all that on this song, then you don't deserve to be
That
there.
was the best lip sync of the season.
Of the season.
And of many seasons, probably.
It's in the
really good. It's in one. It's up there. They were just so. It's like watching a professional dancer and fucking Gumby, like twisting and turning and flipping and Cirque du Soleil all over the damn runway.
Should have even called it that. All right, come on, Cirque du Soleil. Right. So yeah, this lip sync was so good. Ru didn't waste any time. She didn't pull a fake out, send one girl back. The second them bitches got back to their spots.
Shantae, you both stay. Sorry, not sorry.
It was like, okay, let's wrap this up.
We all knew. We're gonna have to see what happens next week because we've still got 8 competitors.
8 bitches.
We might have a double elimination sometime soon.
And you know some of them girls were mad. Silky was probably mad. It was like, I
Silky.
wanted Evie to go home.
Yeah.
But
too bad. So
too
sad.
bad. Everyone's still here.
Sorry, not sorry.
And this has been another episode of Booze Reviews. And if you liked it,
check us out.
Make this guy happy right here. Give us a like. Keep that smile on his face. Oh, okay. Well, we'll work on this. But while we're doing that, you subscribe to the channel. Leave us a like. Leave us a comment. Share it with all your friends. We might even send a little thank you to you personally if you do so.
Manhole. Cheers.
Cheers.
Pass the Geritol. Glenn, Miller, Hot Brass, the Chubby Checkers, all girls, but they all passy fit you and me. You'll never be passe hip hooray. You're timeless, Tabby.